This time on EDM Matters, Lost Lands presents its best year yet, Lindsay Lohan goes EDM, Zedd gets banned from China, and Skrillex and Marshmello take an early leave from their Vegas residencies. All this and more on EDM Matters. Hey, welcome again to Season 2 of EDM Matters. I'm Matt Meadow. These are the songs and stories that matter. September was a great month for festivals, with Nocturnal Wonderland in California, Imagine Music Festival in Atlanta, and way more. But I want to talk specifically about Excision's Lost Lands Festival, which returned for its third year. Lost Lands, for those of you who aren't familiar, is an hour outside of Columbus in Ohio and features over 100 dinosaurs scattered throughout the grounds, 2 stages, camping, and the best that dubstep and bass music has to offer. Here is where you'll find legends like Rusko, Excision, Flosstradamus, Zedd, 12th Planet, and more, alongside relative newcomers like Keizo, Hirobus, Nightmare, Ikali, 1788L, and others. Branding itself as a dubstep festival, Lost Lands faces a unique challenge in keeping the lineup fresh each year. And while there are plenty of repeat acts, Excision and team do a phenomenal job of keeping their eyes on up-and-coming talent and putting them either on the main stages or in the sound camps late at night. Make no mistake, it was diversity that won this year at Lost Lands. Of course, I'm only speaking from my personal tastes, but the best sets of the weekend were from Keizo, Flosstradamus, Rusko, Black Tiger Sex Machine, and the like. Artists who took bass music as a launching point and brought other styles into the mix and created a full experience for festival goers, not just an hour-long rhythm playlist. It goes without saying, but I can't wait to go back next year. Moving right along, Lindsay Lohan is dipping her toes in EDM with a new song called XANAX. The song was only released via IGTV, so you won't be able to find it on any streaming services. We will have a link in the description below. The song samples Alice DJ's 1998 song Better Off Alone and is essentially about Lohan's experience with anxiety, hence XANAX. It feels weird to have her sort of appropriating EDM for her own odd self-interest with no prior involvement in the scene, but I also can't really deny her the opportunity, especially given the subject matter of the song. How messed up would it be to put out a vulnerable song about your anxiety and then have some on YouTube go, "F you can't sit with us." So go listen to the song for yourself and let us know what you think in the comments. Next up, Zedd has officially been banned from playing in China, at least for the time being. I'm not going to go into the politics of what's going on in China right now, except to say that I stand with the protesters in Hong Kong. As far as Zedd is concerned, all he had to do was like a tweet from South Park, and the Chinese government made the call to promoters to cancel his shows. South Park straight up said, "F*** the Chinese government," in their 300th episode last week, and Zedd liked a tweet referencing just the episode, not even that line, and the communist nation acted quickly to bar him. I would love to see other DJs pull their tours from China in support of the protests, or at least voice their support on some social media platform. But so far, it doesn't seem like many are keen to take up the cause. Meanwhile, back in Las Vegas, after signing multi-million-dollar contracts earlier this year with Chaos Nightclub, it's rumored that Marshmello, Skrillex, and more have cut ties with the club as it is hemorrhaging money. Allegedly, Marshmello is getting paid upwards of $600,000 a weekend, so it's not hard to believe. The club was supposed to be the main attraction of the huge Palms Casino rebrand and an avenue to draw people into the hotel, attractions, and restaurants. Apparently, that isn't going so well. Neither the artists nor the club have made any official statement, and all except for Cardi B, YG, and J Balvin have been removed from the club's calendar. So we'll see. In other sad news, Noisia, the Dutch drum and bass trio, are breaking up after 20 years of making music and playing together. This is a particularly devastating blow to bass music, as Noisia have contributed more to the culture and sound of popular artists like Skrillex than most will ever know. Personally, Noisia have been a fixture in my own life, playing one of the first festivals I ever attended, Hard Summer 2011, and generally always just being there when I needed a drum and bass fix. Now, they're not officially breaking up until the end of 2020, so you still have a chance to see them if you've been putting it off, but let me reiterate, if you get that chance anytime soon, take it. It may be your last. And they're worth it. So, last but not least, congratulations to Anna Luno on announcing she's pregnant with her second child. He is due next spring. All right, now let's get on with the music. There were a bunch of strong releases in the past month. Let's start with the most recent, Hellraiser from Blanke Godlands. These two Australian-based behemoths teamed up for what is one of the most hair-raising, beautifully melodic mid-tempo songs I have heard in a long while. The second drop in particular is where it all comes together, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't favor it far beyond the first drop. But I can't deny that it's probably the anticipation of the second drop that makes it that much sweeter. Everything is done for a reason. Next up is Bruises from NGHTMRE Grabbitz, a combination that is both unexpected and entirely perfect. NGHTMRE has never been afraid to venture outside of trap and heavy bass, and with Grabbitz's talented voice and songwriting skills, this collaboration turned out wonderfully and has quickly become a fan favorite. Now, Gesaffelstein also surprised us all with a new EP out called Novo Sonic System. Rather than a full-fledged EP, this seems more like a collection of live cuts and interludes. Not that that takes away from the impact of the songs, but listen for yourself and you'll probably agree that they're a bit weird. Techno is already known to be fast, but this just feels like techno on Adderall. The song Orc, in particular, even sounds like it would be at home in 80s classic The Breakfast Club if it were set within a German techno club instead of a school library. So, there's that. Last but not least, I'm having trouble with that phrase today. Somnium Sound's latest EP, Genesis. This EP alone makes me excited for the future of bass music. It's lush with melody, but equally intense and harsh with bass and synth work. It's a brilliant combination of experimentation and common tropes, giving listeners a comfort to retreat into and also challenging them with new ideas. On the song Creation alone, he somehow harnesses the chaotic beat vibes of Cashmere Cat with the tempo of Gamera and the melody of Seven Lions. It is wild. Well, that wraps it up for us here at EDM Matters. I hope you enjoyed. You can find links to all the music I talked about in the description below. Stay tuned for our next guest. Until next time.
Hi, I'm Austin, one of the producers at EDM Matters. If you liked the episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, which I'll get to later. If you want to see our previous episode, you can see it there. And if you want to subscribe, like I said I'll get to earlier, which I'm saying now, you can do that over there. And in the meantime, I'm just going to let you think about that while I do whatever this is.